Hello and welcome to your reading for today. If this message has appeared and you haven't seen me before, there is likely a message here for you. So thank you so much for clicking. My name is Trish, and so we're just going to see what messages are here for the collective. I'm going to ask Spirit for messages for the collective, for the highest good of all. Anything that the collective needs to be aware of. Okay. All right. Well, the first couple of cards we have coming out is the World. So the World is about the completion of a cycle here. And we have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is about being very clear, very mentally clear. So, having the authority, also a very, having good, speaking the truth, having the authority to speak the truth. So I do feel that you have completed a cycle of being very, very direct, being able to balance your truth, but being able to come out with this truth. Coming right in behind that, we do have the Nine of Swords, which is about anxiety here. We also have the Three of Cups, which is about celebration. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is a very, like the knight in shining armor, a very fast pace. So, he is of the swords. So it is about this fast-paced mental clarity. And so what I see here is that, we see a lot of anxiety, a lot of overthinking, but what happens here is that some kind of event or celebration with friends, something that you have been to recently, has allowed for you to receive a message very, very quickly here. Some real clarity has come to you. And it could have to do with the ending of a cycle here. We do see the Ten of Swords, and we also see the Seven of Wands. So there is a cycle that has been completed, and with every cycle that is completed, it is absolutely over with here in terms of the 10 swords in the back of this person here. So whatever this is, it's totally done and over with. Will not be coming back again. And from whatever this cycle was here, it has allowed you to. So this is a Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is about holding your ground or making a stand. And with the wands again, it is about spirituality. So I do feel that that you are very much standing your ground, and the cycle of, I think, overthinking is no longer been an issue here for you. Now we have some more here. So we have the Hermit, which is about taking the time to be on your own, have a lot of inner contemplation, sort of figuring out where you want to go, or what means something to you here in terms of the Hermit. And then we have the Four of Cups in reverse, which is also about clarity, acceptance, or having new ambitions here. So for a period of time, I feel like you've been in this hermit mode to really gain some clarity here, right? And I see that here again with the Knight of Swords. So we do have a lot of truth, and we have a lot of clarity coming here in this reading. So through this time that you've taken for yourself, you've gotten very, very clear about what you want here in life. Then we have the Five of Wands in reverse, and we have the Hierophant in reverse. And I want to see, what is the Hierophant here? What is he doing in reverse? So it's non-conforming, breaking tradition, or being ignorant. So, okay, so the Five of Wands here, I do feel that those kinds of things here are in the past, right? You put this nonconformist, what is it? Nonconformist, breaking tradition and ignorance or rebellion. So with the Five of Wands, I'm really getting that, there were people around you who were competing, but they are really not here any longer. Or maybe you felt very rebellious here in the past, and that is going to the wayside. But let's get some more information around that with these last two cards. And we have the Two of Wands. So really, looking out there, this person has the world in his hands. So maybe there's a new opportunity that you are planning for, one that you feel is really gonna, you're really gonna be able to have the world in your hands. And this is around the planning stages. And then we have the Seven of Swords here. And the Seven of Swords, again, could be about deception, but I think that in this case, when I see the Two of Wands with the Seven of Swords, it's like whatever you're planning to do, you're keeping those plans here to yourself. And it could very well be that, you've had a lot of competition here in the past, and, maybe things that, feeling a little rebellious. And so, or, it's not conforming to how society believes that you should go. So I'm really getting a sense here that you've been practicing for a very long time. Now you've put the practice here in terms of the challenge away, and it is something that you have mastered that does not maybe necessarily fit into society. So not everybody maybe would agree with whatever it is that you have practiced into perfection here now. But whatever it is that you've learned, you're now planning to move forward, and you're just not letting people know about what your plans are. There's been a lot of clarity, a lot of cycles that have ended, and a lot of truth and a lot of clarity has come in here for you. Let's get some more. I'm loving this. I love how the cards tell a story for us. Let's get some more information on this story about what the collective might be planning on, and how they can use the gifts that they have acquired moving forward here. Right off the hop, we get the wish fulfillment. So we have the Nine of Cups. So a lot of wish fulfillment here. And we have the Four of Wands here in reversed. And, it could be about conflict that you've had here in the past. And then we have the Four of Swords, which is about convalescing, or, looking after yourself, making sure that that you are caring for yourself, taking that time to rest and to relax here. So a lot of healing taking place. And again, the Four of Wands in reversed is about conflict, instability, or cancellations. So maybe, things that you had thought was your wish here in the past turned out that it wasn't what you had thought you wanted. It just didn't work out, whatever it is. I feel like this is something that you've tried at least 4 times over. We have the Four of Wands, and then we have the Four of Swords. So I feel like you've started and kind of failed, and it just really has not led here to your wish fulfillment. But right behind this rest and convalescence card is the star. And so, what happens with the star? The star is about being seen. The star is also about healing. Um, and what else can I say about the star here? Um, anyway, it's about it's about transmutation of energy as well. So, or balance, I guess you could say. So there is a healing happening here, where this woman is able to feed both the emotion, her emotional and spiritual side, as well as her mental capacity and her earthly, um, financial stability. So there's a lot of balance here in this star card. So there's a lot of healing, and there's also, you're going to be seen regarding this healing. We have 8 stars here. So the number 8, which is also about abundance, with this star card. So after this period of rest, we do have the star card. So, resurrecting from all of the healing that you've done, all of the balance. And then we have the chariot card right after that. So we've got two major arcanas right in a row here. And the chariot, again, is about balance, and it's also about victory here. And it's also about being seen. So you are going to be very successful and whatever it is that you're planning here, something that you've mastered that really may not conform to the world or how the world is currently running. But you are going to be seen, and you are going to be very victorious here. And you're going to be able to bring a lot of balance in as well. So that's amazing. I love that. And then we have the Ace of Cups. So again, the Ace of Cups is like the holy grail of abundance or emotional fulfillment, I guess you could say. So it's like there's so much emotional fulfillment, and it's also an offer, or something that's been given to you by Creator. So whatever it is, your gift is here, something that you've done a lot of healing for and have become this star, be able to integrate into your life. You're very, very victorious with it. And it's going to bring in a whole lot of emotional fulfillment here, just welling over with emotion. And right behind that, we have the High Priestess and the Empress. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely beautiful. So, since it's something that is not really conforming to society, something that you've practiced for a very long time, I see here with the Five of Wands, I do feel that it has something to do with your intuition with the High Priestess here. So, this inner knowing, something that's going to allow you to actually travel. So maybe you'll go on the road, and be a traveling psychic or bring messages to people. So maybe just bringing messages in whatever capacity. It doesn't have to be in a metaphysical way, because I do feel that what makes us good at our professions is having that inner knowing and having that ability to connect to self and to our intuition, to be able to guide us in a good way in our profession. So having the High Priestess in any profession, I think, is an awesome tool in your tool belt, to be able to connect, the mind, the heart, and the solar plexus, or the intuition, that gut feeling. This to me shows that you're in perfect alignment with that, and you are this Empress, where you're able to create whatever it is that you want to bring into creation, into this physical realm here. The Empress is usually very pregnant, which shows that creation, which shows that fertility. The Empress, sits back and allows for the gifts to come in. um just this alone, like, oh my gosh, this is like super, super exciting. We have the star, the chariot, the Ace of Cups, with the High Priestess and the Empress. Like, absolutely amazing. You're going to be seen, you're going to be victorious, you're going to be traveling, you're going to use this inner knowing, and it's going to fulfill you in such a beautiful way. And it is because it is a wish that you have tried at least 4 times over, I would say. But you just, you took the time to look after yourself, is what I'm seeing here, like with this convalescence, right? With that 4 of Swords, you said, okay, like this wish hasn't come through like all of these times, maybe 4 times the charm, right? But this truth, this is something that's very, very clear to you, and it has come with this completion of this cycle in terms of the World card, here, right? With the World card. So there is a truth, a completion. You've got it figured out. It's like boom, something snapped in there. You got it figured out. You've become very, very clear. No more mental anxiety. Uh, you know, all of that is over with. And you are on a new, I would say, spiritual path that's going to bring in a whole lot of abundance for you, a lot of success, and a lot of victory. Beautiful. All right, maybe I'll just get a couple more cards here from, I can't remember what this one is. It's an oracle deck anyways. Let's see if there's any more information here for the collective regarding this truth and clarity that has literally not come into their realm, and this beautiful offer of the Ace of Cups that the divine is offering to them, that they will be very successful and abundant at. Okay, so the first one coming out is that quest. You've been on this quest. It's been divinely guided, and you are moving towards that goal. Next card coming up is family. It's about having a connection to others, feeling like you belong, feeling like you have emotional bonds with family, or a chosen family. So so the quest to find this soul family, right? This is kind of what I'm getting here. Whether or not, maybe this is your biological family, maybe you've been on a quest to find your biological family, but a lot of people come from their biological family. So, maybe their biological family is not necessarily their chosen family, but maybe it is too. So it's having, so it's that quest of connection with people who are like-minded, whose hearts and minds come together as one. Awesome. Then we have conflict here, and then we have dream, and then we have time, right? So conflict. So there's either physical or emotional struggle, conflict, disagreement, confrontation, or competition. Um, so maybe it's moving away from people who you felt like you were in competition with, and you've been on a quest to find that soul family, that one that will really help to support you. And it does say, you have the dream here and you have time. So dreams do take time. you know um, and you've been on this quest for a very long time here, but you are absolutely coming into this time. um, it's all divine timing, this dream. So releasing any conflict here is what I'm kind of getting as well. Let's get something from Kyle Gray here. Can you tell us a little bit more about the conflict card that's in the middle of this deck here? What does the collective need to know about this conflict that's in the middle of this quest around a chosen family? Okay. So whatever this conflict is, it's saying, like, the moon cards come up here. So it says use your intuition as to what this conflict could be about. I'm not really sure. It's gonna. vary with everyone. But it says, tap into yourself around that conflict, because we also have this sage here where it's about being devoted and committed. So I do feel like there is a commitment here to your intuitive messaging. And I love the peacock, and I love that this sage came out. He's writing actually with a peacock pen. I was going to bring up my peacock mirror because I just love peacocks. When I had my own office, everything was peacocks because it's the all seeing, right? So, anyways, so be devoted and committed to to your intuition is what this is saying right now. It says make plans and focus. So be committed, make plans, and focus on where you want to go. And then it has Oracle where it says wait for important information. Does this mean we're not getting the answer as to what this conflict is about? It just says wait for important information. Um, what more can you tell me about this important information? So you have to make your plans, be in connection with your intuition, be devoted and committed. What other information can the collective expect here? So we have see it from a higher perspective with the eagle. So maybe you're just not seeing something clearly because you need to take an even a higher view. And then it says, star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. Um, so I'm getting a Palladian sense with this one here. So star ancestor. So I do believe that we do come from the stars, and I do believe that our ancestors are here to help us. When I see the eagle, it is about that vision, right? So whatever that vision is for yourself, do know that your ancestors are guiding you towards that vision. So whatever that intuitive nudge is for you, we do have our spirit guides and angels around us, helping to guide us. And we also have a lot of protection. When I see this woman here, like I do feel that our spirit guides and our ancestors and angels are around. So maybe you have a very old man who is one of your spirit guides. You have a very fierce protector here, and then you also have this oracle within you. I'm really getting this oracle within because of the high priestess and the empress and where this has actually come out at. Like the oracle comes out right over top of the star, the chariot, and the ace of cups, as well as the high priestess and the empress. So I feel like this information that you're likely a channel, this information you're going to receive these downloads, and you're going to be able to share these downloads with others, and they are the guidance or the assistance from your ancestors. With the eagle here, seeing things in that much higher perspective. Absolutely love this. So that is your reading for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Trish, and if anything resonated here with you, please like, share, or subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Take good care.